Coming up on News Live at 6, women on campus and across the country are participating in A Day Without a Woman as part of the women's strike.
A Jewish holiday starts today. Find out how students on campus are celebrating.
We had up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts here on campus today, and that's bringing a cold front and some cold weather. I have more coming up in my full 5-day forecast. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Today is supposed to be a day without women, but with our female-heavy cast and crew on your Wednesday News Live at 6, we're still here. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. Students across campus took part in the women's strike today. An entire department of the university even canceled classes. That's our top story. The Women and Gender Studies Department at SU is standing in solidarity with the International Women's Strike.
And as part of the International Women's Day, women around the world are calling for a day without women to showcase the importance of women in the workplace.
The Women's and Gender Studies Department said in an email that it was closing its doors at noon today and encouraged students to take part in protests. One of the women's strikes events held on campus was a large rally on the quad. Students gathered in front of Hendricks Chapel with the student group Coalition for Justice to stand in solidarity with women around the globe. Professors and local community members also participated in the event to raise awareness of women's rights. The rally also called for university officials to declare SU a sanctuary campus to protect immigrant women.
Having parents that came to this country illegally from Colombia and Peru, and now have the residency to stay in this country. However, the word sanctuary can mean a lot of things to many people in the spectrum. We all know that the institution isn't there for us.
A NASA astronaut came to campus today to speak about her out-of-the-world International on Women's Day. Citrus TV reporter Mary Armstrong is here in studio to tell us about the inspirational female speaker.
Pamela Malroy, a NASA Space Shuttle commander, has pushed the boundaries of what it means to be a woman in space. Malroy spoke in Eggers Hall today where she discussed her time at NASA and what the future holds for space exploration. Malroy has been an essential part to the assembly of the International Space Station and an inspiring leader for her crew. This speech comes on International Women's Day, encouraging young girls everywhere to reach for the stars.
The former executive director of the SPCA will spend 4 to 12 years in prison. Paul Morgan pled guilty today to grand larceny and criminal tax fraud for stealing over $500,000 from the nonprofit. He also admitted to writing over 100 checks to himself and several to co-workers. The SPCA lost over $900,000 total as a result of these actions. The Special Collections Research Center at SU Libraries has made a significant find: 2 original Norman Rockwell illustrations. They represent the artist's first commercial commission. These are among the earliest existing works by an iconic American artist. The Research Center aims to preserve 20th century collections and share them with the campus community and scholars worldwide.
And beyond being International Women's Day, today marks the start of the Jewish holiday Purim. But celebrations came early for members of Hillel at Syracuse University. Citrus TV reporter Jamie Weiss tells us how Hillel learned the meaning of the holiday through food.
So what we're going to do is this, right? We're making 2 different kinds of hamantashen today. We're going to make a sweet one and we're going to make a savory one.
Every Purim, the Jewish holiday that resembles Halloween, Chef Danny Corson travels around the country, teaching Jewish students what Purim is through baking hamantashen.
I was an educator, and I found out that experiential learning is a fantastic way of teaching literally anybody. It doesn't matter whether you're a child or an adult.
Purim is a holiday that's all about standing up for yourself and the people around you. One tradition that everyone loves, especially here at Hillel, is baking hamantashen.
Today I made a savory hamantashen. So we made pizza dough, which we're going to be making into little cookies. I really liked hearing Chef Danny's interpretation of the story of Purim and how it related to our lives specifically.
The story of Purim follows the defeat of Haman, a villain who plotted to destroy the Jewish people during ancient times. Chef Danny discussed current events while baking to help students understand their Jewish heritage.
A lot of times Jews somehow don't even know what their heritage is and how they can embrace it. And so when you do a program like this, they're embracing their heritage, they're seeing who they are, what they can do, and I think we need to celebrate who we are, what we represent, and instead of hiding that and being ashamed of that, we need to, scream it from the highest building in the mountain.
In other news, a fire was reported on Milton Avenue at 7 this morning. Smoke was seen billowing out of the windows at Pooch's Leisure Room. The Solvay Fire Department responded and broke into the building to fan down the flames. Other nearby fire departments also responded to the reports, and firefighters remained at the scene to investigate the cause. Milton Avenue is currently closed between Freeman and Lamont Avenue. A woman left $2 million to upstate New York colleges, and the schools are baffled. She had no connections with them. She died last May at age 92. Most of the money was set aside for scholarships at Canisius College and DeUville College.
It was a beautiful sunny day here in Syracuse, but other parts of New York weren't as lucky and saw some really strong winds.
Brendan Tierney joins us now in studio to tell us if this wind is blowing our way and what effects it could have on us. Brendan.
Yeah, guys, we have been in a wind advisory all day today that expires at midnight tonight, and it may be extended based on how strong the winds come with a cold front that's heading our way. But let's start with our current temperatures for today. 54 degrees, spring-like temperatures here in the early part of March. Definitely beautiful outside today. 29 will be your low tonight. The clouds increase with those gusty winds up to 45 miles an hour here on campus today. So not the 70 miles an hour other parts of New York we're seeing, but still very strong winds around campus. Taking a look around the region at the moment, we're checking at 52 in Ithaca, 52 in Syracuse, 50s for the most of campus. However, that changes as we take a look at your surface analysis map. There's a cold front with some low pressure that's bringing some Arctic air with it. More on that come up in my full 5-day forecast. Megan?
Coming up, new developments on the federal government investigations of WikiLeaks documents.
And ISIS claims responsibility for yet another attack in Afghanistan. Find out more when we return.
Look, it's those guys.
Some drinks.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
You're watching Citrus TV News with Meghan Mistry, Brittany Muller, and Brendan Tierney with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
Developing at this hour, 13 women are in custody after rallying outside of the Trump Tower.
According to NYPD, 4 of the women in custody are key Women's March organizers. NYPD officials say no charges have been filed yet and are not releasing the names of those currently detained.
NYPD also says the women were taken into custody for disobeying officers' orders to get out of the street. Reports say the women were sitting in the road outside of the Trump Tower.
The rally was part of the global demonstrations for International Women's Day. And WikiLeaks is under federal investigation after publishing CIA documents. The FBI and the CIA opened the probe earlier today.
The investigation hopes to determine how WikiLeaks obtained the documents. Officials say the files in question are mostly genuine and contain CIA secrets regarding alleged hacking operations.
A New York man is still at large after escaping police custody this morning. Jacob Rayner was being arraigned for felony drug charges and parole violations.
He escaped as police were escorting him back to his patrol car. He was still in handcuffs at the time.
The sheriff's office says he's not considered dangerous and he will now face escape charges as well.
Hawaii is the first state to challenge President Trump's new travel ban. State attorneys filed a request asking a federal judge to temporarily block the implementation of the executive order.
The state previously attempted to sue Trump on the travel ban, but the case was put on hold. Hawaii was asked for the judge to approve a briefing schedule before the ban goes into effect on March 16th.
Teens in Atlanta are doing what they can to help end modern slavery and human trafficking. The students at the Atlanta International School Club use bake sales and sell fair trade chocolate to help raise money and raise awareness for the cause.
The students also meet with lobbyists in Atlanta to try to get the U.S. government more involved with the fight against modern slavery. The club started their fight in 2011.
ISIS is claiming responsibility for this morning's attack on a military hospital in Kabul. 4 gunmen disguised as medical workers set off an explosion before storming the building.
It took Afghan special forces several hours to find and kill the attackers. At least 30 people are dead and over 50 wounded.
Assyrian treasures have been found under a monument destroyed by ISIS. The archaeologists discovered 2,000-year-old carvings beneath the city of Mosul. They appear to represent priests and religious ceremonies.
Reports say there may also be 2 winged bull figures. Experts believe that the ISIS tunnels ran so deep that they hit a temple carved into the bedrock.
Several key government buildings in Mosul are back in Iraqi control today. The central bank and museum were recaptured by Iraqi special forces last night after being held by militants since 2014.
ISIS was not using the destroyed buildings at the time of the raid. However, this is an important capture in the city, which is the Islamic State's last major stronghold in Iraq.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Absolutely beautiful day around campus today, unless you were outside when it was windy. Taking a look at your current radar, you're able to see a bit of rain moving through the area. Luckily, we didn't get any of that today. There is a chance for it this evening, though. Taking a look at your forecast for tonight, not that bad for normal time of the year. Pretty warm, actually. 29 will be your low. Overcast and windy. That wind will make it feel more like 16 degrees. So bundle up if you're heading outside tonight. And there is a chance for some snow as we move on to your future radar. You're able to see a bit of snow moving into the area in the early morning hours tomorrow. And that means we will be seeing first snow in a few days. Nothing that fell over the weekend really stuck to the ground, so we have a chance for some more snow here in Syracuse. It's going to make it feel a little more like Syracuse. However, it will not be sticking to the ground, and it will not be making any major issues on the roadways either out there in the next couple hours and into tomorrow morning. Taking a look now at your CitrusTV 5-day forecast, you're able to see pretty nice temperatures for this time of the year. 39 degrees, cloudy and windy tomorrow. For Friday, 50% chance of snow, 31 degrees, and that's when people are heading home. So definitely watch if the roads are slippery, get below freezing. We have a chance for some ice on the road, even if the snow's not sticking to the ground. When you get home Saturday into Sunday, you're going to be moving those clocks backwards for daylight savings times. We have a chance for some snow here in Syracuse, 20 degrees, 21 degrees on Sunday, partly sunny, and then another chance for some snow returns on Monday. It's going to be some evening snow, though.
Okay, Brendan, spring break is right around the corner. Can we expect any travel problems or issues to come?
Not really here in Syracuse, at least if you're flying out on Friday. There may be a few delays at Hancock Airport, but nothing too bad, nothing like we saw last year either.
All right, and for those viewers who might have missed your radar but saw snow on the 5-day forecast, will any of that snow be sticking to the ground?
Not if you're here just for the first couple days of this week. In the next week, there is a chance for some snow sticking to the ground. However, not that bad here for the next couple days and when we're heading out of here.
All right, thank you very much, Brendan.
Thank you. When we come back, the stock market is reaching a milestone not seen in 20 years.
And Nike spends International Women's Day unveiling an important new product for female Muslim athletes. Stay tuned. Got a quarter?
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Job growth is once again on the rise. A report released today shows jobs in manufacturing and construction were created at the fastest rate. The private sector as a whole shattered expectations by more than 100,000 jobs. The report is good news for the Federal Reserve. The interest rate hike is scheduled to happen next week. And stocks are doing something we haven't seen in over 20 years. The stock market has completed 100 consecutive days of trading without a decline of 1% or more. However, investors say this shouldn't deter people from buying stocks. In the past, periods of low change have proved to be positive for the stock market, and top investors expect to see the market increase in the next future. And in health-related news, 4 more people are sick with E. coli after eating contaminated soy butter. 16 cases of E. coli poisoning have been recorded in 9 states. The CDC identified IM Healthy soy nut butter as the cause of the outbreak. The company originally recalled only the creamy version of the product, but the recall order that's now in effect is for all IM Healthy soy products.
Nike is unveiling a new performance hijab for the spring of 2018. The company got the idea after Muslim women athletes said traditional head coverings were hard to compete in. Development took 13 months, and Nike says the hijab will meet religious requirements but will still be lightweight and breathable. A figure skater from the UAE is currently wearing the hijab in competition. What do you get when you put dessert and breakfast together? Ben & Jerry's just released 3 new cereal ice cream flavors. The new flavors include Fruit Loop, Frozen Flakes, and Coco Loco. Ben & Jerry joins other ice cream pioneers such as Momofuku Milk Bar of New York City to create cereal ice cream. It comes just in time for National Cereal Day, which occurs every year on March 7th. And Scarlett Johansson is filing for divorce after 3 years of marriage. The actress served her husband with papers yesterday. They married in 2014 after dating for 2 years. She is also asking for primary custody of their 2-year-old daughter, Rose. However, her husband, a French journalist, wants to bring Rose back to France.
Coming up in sports, no more Carrier Dome for the SU men's basketball team. How the Orange fare in Brooklyn. I'll recap today's ACC tournament game and much more. Stay tuned.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome back. I'm Noah Eagle. 3 years in its new conference, and Syracuse still came into the day winless in the ACC tournament. SU was 10-8 in conference play, an impressive mark in what many believe to be the toughest conference in America. That record was good enough for a seed in the ACC tournament and a date with Miami at Barclays Center. And well, I guess you can say there are no New York basketball teams that have luck in Brooklyn. Syracuse still empty-handed in the ACC tournament. The Orange dropped this contest 62-57. John Gillen had a chance to tie the game in the final seconds, but his deep three-point attempt was off the mark. Andrew White led all scorers with 22 points, including 9 of 10 from the free throw line. He, Tyus Battle, and Tyler Lydon all played the full 40 minutes for the Cuse. Brooklyn native Kamari Murphy powered the Miami attack. The senior tallied 16 points and 10 rebounds on the day. The loss gives Syracuse 14 on the season, and with only 18 wins, the Orange is very much on the bubble to make the NCAA tournament. According to Jim Boeheim, the Cuse's resume should speak for itself.
The tournament's not played at home, and it's not played on the road. It's played on neutral sites. We have better wins than we had last year. We have more wins. We have Miami. We have Clemson on the road. We have Wake Forest. We didn't have those wins last year. We have a couple more non-conference losses this year, and that's something that will, I'm sure, be taken into consideration. We are universally felt to be, I think by everybody, the #1 conference in the country. We finished 7th, tied for 7th.
And don't forget to stay tuned to Orange Television Network throughout the night at 7:30. We'll have a full recap of the SU loss to Miami. Join Jared Barton, Nicole Hansen, and Jackson Agella breaking down everything that went down in Brooklyn. It's OPP, and it's only on OTN. The Syracuse women's lacrosse team is an impressive 7-0 to start the 2017 campaign after Sunday's come-from-behind win versus Virginia. A big part of that victory, Devin Parker. The senior scored a career-high 5 goals, earning her the Epic Player of the Week and the ACC Offensive Player of the Week. Parker is already up to 11 goals on the season, also a career high. The Orange needs to get that same type of production this weekend as Gary Gates' team travels to College Park to take on #1 Maryland on Saturday. Last year, defensive lineman Damon Harrison made the switch from one New York NFL team to the other. Today marked another one down. 6-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Brandon Marshall is the latest to go from the Jets to the Giants. Marshall inked a 2-year, $12 million contract with the G-Men, who cut their longtime wideout Victor Cruz earlier this offseason. While there's plenty of exciting basketball being played in New York, the NBA teams from Brooklyn and Manhattan continue to disappoint. Both play on the road tonight. First at 7:30, the Nets travel to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. And at 11:51, Brooklyn is the first team to be officially eliminated from the playoffs. Then at 8, The 26-38 Knicks are in Milwaukee to take on the youthful Bucks. New York is still in a playoff hunt, only 5.5 games back of the last spot in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, Noah, I have to tell you, I am heartbroken with the game that happened today. What does this mean for our standing in the tournament?
Definitely a rough game, definitely a tough way to lose the game if you're Syracuse to fight all the way back and nearly tied at the end. You know, most of the experts are saying, and when I say experts, I mean quote experts, are saying that they're probably still going to get in, but at 18-14, it's definitely going to be very much on the bubble. I'm going to be interested to see on Sunday what happens.
All right, so Sunday is Selection Sunday. Do you have any big predictions?
I would say look out for all those experienced teams. If you look at some of the college basketball landscape this season, usually the ones that have more freshmen playing have been the ones to go down. Look for the teams to have a senior-heavy lineup to do well and go far this year in the tournament.
All right, thank you very much, Noah.
When we come back, we'll have one last look at your weather. Stay with us.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, babe.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. We'll take a look at your Thursday day planner for tomorrow, 9 a.m., 32 degrees. We're warming up throughout the day, 36 at noon, down to 35 by 6 p.m. Clouds and sun, a chance for some snow early in the morning, but that's out of here by about noon. The big factor will still be the winds. The wind advisory is out of here by midnight tonight. The winds are sticking around. That's going to make it feel mid-20s, 24, 25 degrees.
All right, for those of us who are traveling for spring break, you said that snow won't stick to the ground. What about ice on the runway? That's one issue. They will be de-icing the runway, and they can probably keep it warm enough that it will not be icing up. There will be some minor delays likely on Friday, Saturday, or Thursday are probably the better days to fly out of here.
All right, thanks. And what about when we return to campus? Will there be snow on the ground?
There's a chance for some snow all of next week here in Syracuse, but not that bad and not that much either. About an inch, half an inch every day. So, I mean, there's a chance of snow, but who knows how much will actually stick around by the time people come back after spring break.
All right, thank you very much, Brendan. Coming up after the show on OTN, On the Bench is up next at 6:30, followed by Juice and Java at 7, and a special episode of Orange Press Pass at 7:30.
To view the full schedule and watch all the shows, visit CitrusTV.com.
And if you're planning on visiting New York City anytime soon, you might want to pay a visit to Wall Street.
A Fearless Girl statue has been erected in honor of International Women's Day. The bronze figure is of a young girl with her hands on her hips, staring down at the famous Bull statue. The Statue Street Global Advisors placed the statue there as a call for more women to serve on corporate boards.
You know, Brittany, I have to tell you, I love this statue. I think it's so cute, and what I love about it is how they put it in. They did it in the middle of the night, guerrilla style.
That's exciting. I hope to see it if I'm ever in the city.
Yeah, me as well.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Make sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Citrus TV News. I'm Brittany Muller.
And I'm Meghan Mistry. Have a great night, Syracuse.